This your man, MrSan44Man. This how Michigan gonna be hit by that shutdown.
We do wish him well. Lawmakers in Washington have just about an hour and a half to compromise on a new spending bill, or the government will shut down.
House Republicans and Senate Democrats are at odds over Obamacare and the budget. The Republicans will only approve a new spending bill that defunds or delays Obamacare. The last attempt at a compromise failed just hours ago. The Senate voting to reject the plan by House Republicans for a temporary funding bill that would have kept the government open but would have delayed implementation of the health care law for a year. The president has threatened to veto any bill that weakens his health care plan.
If no deal is reached by midnight, hundreds of thousands of federal workers would be laid off. National parks and museums would close. Also, food stamp programs, including WIC, would be shut down. The government shutdown would affect Michigan in a big way, especially considering that so much of our budget is based on the amount of money we receive from the federal government.
With us on the phone right now, Fox 2 political correspondent Tim Skubick. Tim, we're talking billions of dollars a year at stake for Michigan.
Indeed, we are, guys. Hugh and Monica, the numbers are staggering and sobering. 40% of Michigan's budget comes from where else? The federal government in Washington. Do the math. It's $20 billion a year, and if that spigot is cut off, the impact in Michigan could be huge. Social Security will continue. Medicaid will. Roads will be protected, but it's an $18 potential million daily loss. $18 million a day to the state government, and needy families would likely be hit the hardest. Governor Snyder has said about this, quote, "This is not how we should operate. It shouldn't be about people fighting and yelling," and, quote, "That would be terrible." Quote, "The consequences would be felt by everyone, and at this hour, as this game of chicken in Washington unfolds, guys, that's an understatement to say the least."
Well, Tim, I don't know if you've heard, but we are just getting word that President Obama has just signed a measure that will ensure that the military is funded if this shutdown occurs. But if this does happen, here at home, who would be hit the hardest right away? Who's going to feel this right away?
Well, first of all, Monica, we have 30,000 federal employees in Michigan who must be sitting at home tonight wondering, geez, I wonder if I go into work or not. And it's looking like the word is not. So those people are out of work. And here's the far-ranging impact. The budget director told me today, John Nixon, that he thinks this will be a short shutdown. Definition, a couple of days or so. However, if this thing goes into weeks like 21 days, as it did in 1995 under President Clinton, the impact on not only Michigan's economy, but the national economy could be devastating. He used the R word, recession. Now, of course, that's not a prediction, but just a forecast of bad things to come if it gets worse in Washington, and it looks like it's going to before it gets better.
Oh, that's the financial fallout, Tim, but what about the political ramifications of a shutdown? Who gets the blame? Who gets hurt the most there?
Well, the polling data suggests if you've got an R after your name in Congress, you should be worried. However, the Tea Party people are not worried at all. Look at, guys, they see this as an opportunity, the only leverage that they think they have to take on the president's health care program. But the problem is the president's not going to play ball, and so they may make a point, but they may lose some points in the next election.